Hey, what's up guys, Bajheera here. So yesterday was my deload chest day, and I call it a deload day because this is one of those days where I'm at the end of the week in terms of my diet. I've been keeping my calories pretty low all week, and even though I've been doing cardio in the morning, you know, I've been gutting it out, which is everything's going good. But yeah, with the cardio in the morning and the calories low for the whole week, sometimes there are days where you just don't have the strength that you normally do, and that's okay with me because, you know, I had probably one of my best chest workouts in a long time in the chest workout previous. And so if the fact is today that, you know, my push strength isn't the most I've ever had, I'm okay with that, you know. There's a lot of things that can lead up to that, you know, like I said, I've been dieting pretty hard. I've been doing cardio in the mornings. It had been a long day. I was, you know, put in a good work on the stream. I had a lot of fun too, but, you know, everybody's going to have those days where you're just not feeling your absolute best. And there are some people who actually build in deload days into their workouts. Like, they structure them in to their sort of weekly setup. And I don't really do that. I usually just go by feel. And if I feel like pushing heavy weight explosively, I'll do that as like a strength day. If I feel like doing moderate weight for lots and lots of reps, then I'll, you know, do that. And that's like a hypertrophy day. And these are all things that people do. I just do them by feel. And so on a day like today, where, you know, I'm at the end of my sort of diet cycle, right? I get to have a refeed that evening. Oh man, that was really good last night. I had a whole bunch of rice and potatoes and stuff like that. But anyway, if I'm feeling a little bit weak, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lighten the weight up. I'm gonna try to really engage with my muscles. Try to get the most out of what I've got left. And even though I wasn't lifting really heavy weights, like today my chest is actually sore. So I think I did something right. I'm still definitely working out with intensity. Like, I'm giving this pretty much everything I've got. It's just that I don't have a whole lot at this point. So I'm not lifting heavy, but I am trying to lift with good form. And one of the advantages of having your muscles be so tired and sort of depleted, I guess, is that you can really get in touch with them in terms of, like, every last little muscle fiber has to work in order to get the motion done. So this workout was just a testament to me sort of getting in the gym and getting it done even when I wasn't feeling my absolute best. But, you know, I've done a diet before, right? My last diet was really successful too, but it also helped me get familiar with what dieting feels like at certain stages. So the day before your refeed, when you have, you know, been dieting hard all day, like your muscles are all flat, you're depleted, you got not a whole lot of energy left. Luckily, I did have my C4 and N0 carrying me through, getting me to the gym, and at least giving me some focus and intensity to work off of, even if there wasn't a whole lot of, like, glycogen left on my muscles. Although that is also where the BCA is really coming helpful, is that, you know, you don't want to have your muscle breaking down when you're working out in a deficit like that. And BCAs are one of those things that sort of help me still feel a little bit full, even if I'm hungry, like full in terms of, like, my stomach, but also help my muscles feel a little bit more full too. Like you've got something left, even if you're just running on fumes like I was today. But it's all good. Like I said, I did get to have my refeed last night. I still didn't really go that high over my maintenance calories. I think we ended up at like 3,200, but that was after eating like 400 grams of potatoes, 800 grams of rice, and still having like a pound and a half of chicken as like my last meal for the day. It was so good, but still didn't go too far over my calories, and that's fine. I mean, I still get my carbs in, but don't put myself in too much of a caloric surplus that I have to worry about for the next couple days. But aside from the sort of end of the week fatigue that I get from the caloric deficit, everything's going well with the diet. I'm feeling good. I've been getting up in the mornings and doing, you know, I've been doing like 35-minute runs in the morning, and sometimes I'll just go to the gym to do my cardio instead. Like today I went to the gym, and I ended up doing like 50 minutes of the little step mill just because I was feeling good. Just wanted to get some good, like, it was real low intensity, but like steady state cardio in, and I like that. It makes me feel good. I know some people don't really like steady state, but hey, I feel like if I'm burning calories and I've got myself in a deficit, it's gonna be just fine as long as I keep working hard, and that's what I'm doing. So everything's going good. And once again, I'm going to mention this to you guys because I feel like it's kind of important, because I get a lot of questions about this. It's like, what do you do when you don't feel like going to the gym? Well, you got to understand, guys, like, if you make these long-term goals for yourself, it's just a matter of believing in the process and believing that if you put in the work, the results will come. And one of the things that I try to remind myself is that pretty much categorically, hands down in every situation, I will always be happier having gone to the gym than not having gone to the gym. So if you're sitting in your chair, you're like, man, it is late, I am hungry, I don't feel like going to the gym. Believe me, if you at least go and get some work done, put yourself in a position to help yourself accomplish your goals. So sitting at the house thinking whether you should go to the gym is not something that you should even waste your time doing. You should go. That's the answer. And now if you're sick or if you're injured, that's another thing. You might want to give it a little bit of rest. But if you're just hungry and you're just a little bit tired, you know, going to the gym most likely is not going to make you starve to death and die. You should probably get there, see what you can do, get some work done, and then go home and get some food. Now keep in mind, if you do go to the gym hungry, it's probably not going to be the absolute best workout you ever had. That's not saying it can't be. Sometimes I don't feel like going to the gym. I get there and I beast it, and I feel really good about that. But, you know, sometimes there are days like this where like, man, I am hungry, man, I am tired, but I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get my work done. And that's exactly what I did. And believe me, I was way happier after the gym than I was before. But another thing to remember is, and I sort of mentioned this before, is that I feel like when my muscles are tired, that's when I have like the best grasp of how to activate them in the way that I want to. I was lifting like pretty much half the weight that I normally lift, and I probably didn't even do nearly as many sets either. However, the sets and the weight that I did, I made them very, very high quality sets with that weight. And so I really got a good feel of what was going on in my muscle. I felt like I had a really good control over everything, and I made that really solid mind-muscle connection even when I was a little bit tired, even when I was a little bit hungry, and that's a good thing. And it even sounds a little bit like things that people have said in the past, you know, you get to know yourself the best when you're put under like the most strain, right? And I hardly think that going to the gym hungry is like one of the most strenuous things you're gonna experience in your life. However, for your muscles alone, you know, being depleted from having, being in a caloric deficit all week, maybe keeping my carbs a little bit lower than they would normally be, you know, that's putting my muscles under some strain. And when I'm able to have them work through that strain, through that little struggle, through that depletion, I feel like it does a lot for me. And it must have, because like I said today, my chest is pretty sore. And it's even more sore than the day where I did like a bazillion reps and then finished off with a strong lift of 315. So if you're having these thoughts of, man, I'm too hungry or tired to go to the gym, and if I even do go to the gym, I'll just have a crappy workout and it won't be worth my time. It will be worth your time. If nothing else, that you made yourself go. It's the discipline of the thing. And when you have these long-term goals, a lot of people ask me, what's the fastest way to get bigger? What's the fastest way to get stronger? The idea of you're looking for the fastest way is already sort of a red flag in terms of you're not looking at this right. At least the way I see it. A lot of these long-term goals that you might have, whether it's about your fitness, whether it's about your job, whether it's about, you know, your school, all of these things are long-term goals, and the main ingredient is discipline. You're going to be asked to put in a lot of work over a long period of time, and the better you are at being consistent and disciplined in putting in that work, the better the end result will be. And not only will the end result be good, you will probably actually find yourself enjoying the journey, which is, I think, the most important part of it all. Because if you're not really enjoying the journey of it, or you can't even find a way to enjoy the journey, you know, however good that end result might be, I mean, it's going to be real tough to get through it. So I know a lot of people have this idea that they would enjoy, you know, being ripped or being in good shape. But if you don't find a way to enjoy the process, enjoy getting to the gym, enjoy working out, enjoy the feeling that you get during the gym, you know, during your workout, and maybe even after your workout, things like that, I mean, it's going to be a tough road. But those sorts of things, that sort of internal motivation, that sort of intrinsic enjoyment of what you're doing, that's the kind of thing that you have to find out for yourselves. And I know that I do get comments of like, you know, how do I stay motivated, or how do I get motivated? I'd like to be in good shape, but I'm not motivated to go to the gym. Like, what kind of comment is that? Like, there's already motivation in there somewhere. You said, I want to go to the gym. I want to get in good shape. Well, there's your motivation. And what you might not have that you feel like you need is this idea of how it's going to turn out, or that you want to be at the end result already. So one of the ways that I would encourage you thinking about this is start to go to the gym. Start to get yourself a diet going, and just continue to put in the work. And as you learn more about your body, about your training, about your diet, and what works for you, you can change things along the way. But the most important thing is just getting up and doing it. And as you go along, you know, your goals will change, what you'd like to accomplish with your training, and how you'd like to train, and how you'd like to diet. All of those things will change, and that's okay. just be willing to put in the work, I guess, is the main idea for all of this. I know I've been rambling a little bit, but it's a thought that I sort of like to throw around in my mind a lot, and it's a thing that I think might be helpful to you guys because you keep leaving me comments like that. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!